Let's take a look at the 10 smallest countries in the world, with amusing top 10. Now available on YouTube. Subscribe. There are over 195 countries in the world. It's easy to think the word country equates to a massive land area with large numbers of people. Some nations are so small that cities within other nations are giants compared to them. Mostly found in Europe, the Caribbean, and the Pacific, there are many countries in the world with an area of less than 400 square kilometers. The top 10 smallest countries in the world cover a total area of 1,491.4 kilometers raised to the power of 2, which is smaller than the area of the city of Houston, Texas. With their own governments and own culture, these small countries are some of the richest, most remote, and most intriguing places in the world. And here is the 10 smallest countries in the world. Number 10, Malta. Malta is another island country, and is located in the Mediterranean Sea. Located in the continent of Europe and as border of Austria and Switzerland, the Republic of Malta is actually made up of 3 islands: Gozo, Comino, and Malta, which is the largest of the 3. This small country has a population of over 450,000 inhabitants, making it one of the most densely populated countries in the world. Another popular tourist destination. Foreigners from all over the world come to Malta for its sunny weather, attractive beaches, rich history, and vibrant nightlife. Capital city is Valletta on the island of Malta. Official languages are Maltese and English. Malta is made up of 116 square kilometers, which puts it at number 10 of the world's smallest countries. Number 9, Maldives. A popular tourist destination in the Indian Ocean, the Maldives is the smallest country in Asia in terms of area and population. Maldives is located in the continent of Asia. There are over 1,192 coral islands in the Maldives, which are spread over 90,000 square km, making it one of the world's most dispersed countries. The country was once the colony of many empires, the Portuguese, the Dutch, and the British, but became an independent country in 1965. The Maldives is a republic lies southwest of the Indian subcontinent. It is made up of a chain of nearly 1,200 islands, most of them uninhabited. Its political history has been unsettled since the electoral defeat of long-serving President Maumoon Abdul Gayoom in 2008. Today, the Maldives is a vibrant tourism economy due to its famous white sand beaches and crystal blue waters. The Maldives are the world's 9th smallest country with a land area that measures a total of 300 kilometers squared. Number 8, St. Kitts and Nevis. Located in the continent of Asia, the islands of St. Kitts, also known as St. Christopher and Nevis, have been in an uneasy federation since independence from Britain in 1983. With some politicians in Nevis saying the federal government in St. Kitts, home to a majority of the population, had ignored the needs of Nevisians. But a referendum on secession held in Nevis in 1998 failed to gain the 2/3 majority needed to break away. The mother colony of the West Indies, these 2 islands in the Caribbean were some of the first islands to be occupied by Europeans. They occupy a total of 269 kilometers squared, which makes St. Kitts and Nevis the world's 8th smallest country. Its beaches, scenery, and a warm, sunny climate are a great tourist attraction. It is also vulnerable to hurricanes. Its economy is dependent on tourism, agriculture, and small manufacturing industries. The islands also provide fantastic diving sites due to abundant marine life. A major sugar exporter for centuries, the large plantations are now beautiful estates that have been converted into hotels and resorts. Number 7, Marshall Islands. The Marshall Islands, which is officially called the Republic of the Marshall Islands, is an island country that can be found in the Pacific Ocean. Approximately halfway between the US state of Hawaii and the continent of Australia. It is considered to be part of Micronesia. The area surrounding the islands are incredibly biodiverse, and include over 800 species of fish as well as 160 of coral. The islands were occupied by the US for several decades after the Second World War. They are now a sovereign nation under a Compact of Free Association with the US, which came into force in 1986 and was renegotiated in 2003. The US controls the security and defense of the islands and provides millions of dollars in aid every year. The US rents the Kwajalein Atoll as a base and missile test range. Climate change threatens the very existence of the islands. Many atolls lie barely a meter above sea level and are at risk being engulfed by rising waters. The area around the Marshall Islands also hosts a number of shipwrecks. With 181 square kilometers, the Marshall Islands are the world's 7th smallest country. Number 6. Liechtenstein. Located in the continent of Europe. A German-speaking country, this is the only nation in the world to be completely located in the Alps. Located between Switzerland and Austria, Liechtenstein is the richest country in the world by GDP per capita, with the lowest unemployment rate 1.5%. Getting into the country is a little tricky, as there is no airport within its borders. Visitors must go through Switzerland's Zurich airport to reach this alpine country that's still ruled by a prince that owes much of its wealth to its traditional status as a tax haven. Though it has in recent years taken steps to shake off its image as a tax haven and to reposition itself as a legitimate financial center. 1719. Liechtenstein acquires its present name and becomes an independent principality of the Holy Roman Empire. The country has come through a lengthy political wrangle over the role and power of the hereditary monarchy. With 160 square kilometers, Liechtenstein is the world's 6th smallest country. Number 5. San Marino. Landlocked San Marino is one of the world's smallest countries. Located in the continent of Europe. Surrounded completely by Italy, San Marino is also known as the most serene Republic of San Marino. With a total of 61 square kilometers, it is the 5th smallest country in the world. It claims to be the oldest surviving sovereign state in the world, and is also one of the wealthiest in terms of GDP per capita. San Marino's constitution provides for a parliamentary style of government. The 60-member Great and General Council is elected every 5 years. It is headed by 2 captains regent, who are elected by the council every 6 months and act as heads of state for that period. The 10-member Congress of State is elected by the Great and General Council and exercises executive power. The 3rd smallest country in Europe, it has a population of only 30,000, boasting of one of the lowest unemployment rates in the world. Postage stamps and coins keenly sought by collectors are important sources of revenue. Number 4. Tuvalu. Formerly known as the Ellis Islands, Tuvalu is located in the Pacific Ocean northeast of Australia. With a total of 26 square kilometers, Tuvalu is the 4th smallest country in the world. There are about 10,000 inhabitants, with 8 kilometers of roads, and only 1 hospital present on the main island. The country was once a British territory but became independent in 1978. Due to the country's location further afield, tourism is not very significant. Life on the islands is simple and often harsh. There are no streams or rivers, so the collection of rain is essential. Coconut palms cover most of the islands, and copra dried coconut kernel is practically the only export commodity. Increasing salination of the soil threatens traditional subsistence farming. Tuvalu has shown ingenuity by exploiting another source of income. It has sold its internet suffix TV to a Californian company for several $1 million a year in continuing revenue. The company sells the suffix on to television broadcasters. In 2010, less than 2,000 visitors came to Tuvalu, with 65% of them coming for business. Number 3. Nauru. An island nation located east of Australia, Nauru is the smallest island country in the world. It was known in the 1980s for its booming phosphate mining but is now a quiet island off the radar of tourists. Formerly known as Pleasant Island, its phosphate resources are now depleted, leading to a 90% national unemployment rate, with the remaining 10% employed by the government. In recent years it has often been in the headlines over controversies surrounding the Australian-run asylum seeker detention camp, with allegations of human rights abuses and overcrowding. The detention camp is a major employer and source of income on the island. Nauru is also known as the country with the most obese people in the world, with 97% of its men and 93% of women being obese or overweight. Because of this, Nauru is also home to the world's highest level of type 2 diabetes, with 40% of its population suffering from the ailment. Nauru has a total of 21 square kilometers, which makes it the world's third smallest country. Number 2, Monaco. Located on the French Riviera, Monaco is home to the largest number of millionaires and billionaires in the world per capita. It is also the world's second smallest country, with only 2.02 square kilometers in total land area, known for its gambling and luxury goods and services industry. Monaco is a favorite playground of the rich and famous. Bordered by France on 3 sides and on one side by the Mediterranean Sea, the residents of Monaco are mostly French-speaking. With a population of over 36,000, Monaco is the world's most densely populated country. The country is a major banking center and closely guards the privacy of its clients. Monaco does not levy income tax on its residents. The most popular annual event is the Formula One race, with tracks passing through the city streets. And here is the number 1 smallest country in the world, Vatican City. The world's smallest country is the Vatican, also known as the Holy See. Located in the continent of Europe. It may be difficult to imagine, but there is a country in the world smaller than New York City's Central Park and one with a population smaller than a typical high school class. Based on landmass, Vatican City is the smallest country in the world, almost 120 times smaller than the island of Manhattan. With only 0.44 square kilometers, Vatican City is the world's smallest country by land area. It has border of Italy. This country fits entirely within the Italian capital city of Rome, and is the center of the Catholic Church. It is also home to the biggest church in the world, St. Peter's Basilica, which holds some of the most significant artworks of the Renaissance such as the Pietà and the Creation of Adam. Its income comes from the voluntary contributions of over 1 billion members of the Roman Catholic Church around the world. The remainder of its economy comes from the sales of postage stamps, tourist mementos, and admission fees of museums. And comment which smallest country you like.
Thank you. And for more such videos, like, comment, share and subscribe. Amusing Top 10. Thank you.